Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy power, he it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. I'm going to skip to verse 8. And the Lord, he it is that doth go before thee. He will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory. Call Allah, YAHAWAH, Bahashem, Yahweh, Bahashem, Rakhakodespakatam. Honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, told me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwab, and the Akim out there listening and learning, Lord willing to edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad, on the land of the other nations, looking like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. This is Brother Yahweh out of the GMS Cleveland Church, fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson. The spirit power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh. And this lesson today is on fear. I had some information I had already been collecting because, we watchmen and we collectors of sorts, you know what I mean? I know brothers come across so much information if you're doing the due diligence and the work. So you can't bring all of that out. You only got so many hours of the day, let Esau tell it. Anyway, long story short, I was doing a lesson because there were certain quotes I seen a particular person make. And, this with all was going on, you got this 5G rollout, you got this coronavirus or COVID-19, whichever one you want to call it, because Esau telling you which one this week. And basically, people was living in fear. But basically, I want you to see something. This is a Google definition: fear and social control. Pay attention very closely. That's how you know this is all of the Lord. How could you look up this? We about to go through this, and we going through this right now. It says, fear and social control, ruling classes for thousands of years. Let's reread that. Ruling classes for thousands of years. So people think that they free and they're not being ruled over. But you got the elite. The stock market is like a little game, a tool that the elite created to have you thinking you got an opinion. It's like voting. You think you got an opinion. You don't have no fucking opinion. You don't really make a vote matter. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers really think that the election is suspended when he actually constituted martial law, when he declared a state of emergency. He became the de facto fucking, tyrant of this place. And it make all the sense because this is a corporation. So the last person they put in there was somebody that was going to guide this shit into the way they want. He nationalizing all the company. So lucky though, I don't mean it, because I'm going to get straight to the point. It says, ruling classes for thousands of years have understood the power of intentionally invoking fear in their subjects as a means of social control. Repetition, and that's the spirit, because I was just listening to Apostle Gabar's video he just did today about the governor in California is talking about enacting martial law, and he said repetition. He mentioned a few different times, but repetition is the father of skill. So we repeat the scriptures and the prophecies because at the end of the day, that's how you're going to embed it in your spirit. Continue. Repetition is also well known and prevalent propaganda technique used to solidify falsehoods and perpetuate fear in the public consciousness. Okay, so, Salaki, I was doing this lesson because I came across this guy, Paulo I can't pronounce his name. Paulo Coelho. Now, he's a Jake, I believe. I think he, like, Issachar or Ephraim or something. But he's a writer, and he wrote some like pretty amazing stuff. He wrote a book called The Alchemist, and the spirit. I mean, I got into the book because of Will Smith. I was like, what this faggot ass nigga read? Because he just gave it so much praise. So I ended up reading the book, and then just so happened a brother in the camp, he read the book, so we kind of talked about it. And it is a spiritual book to a certain extent. But the thing what people don't understand is this guy is not a righteous man. So when you figure out, like, this system is set up by Esau, and these people that have, like, these entertainers, athletes, these people that have a stake in it, it's like Shaq. Shaq has a stake in this. That's why Shaq got like 15 jobs. Shaq is a sheriff, a basketball player, a rapper, a fucking actor. Shaq is everything. Super nigga, right? And then the same one that's showing his Masonic ring. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Shaq. Call hello, la YAHAWAH Shem Yahweh Shots and lock right on to that bitch ass nigga Shaquille O'Neal. And that's the spirit for real. Fuck that nigga. Like, I swear when I went through my testimony, that motherfucker was on TV more than anybody. Fuck that nigga. So anyhow, Salakia, because you know, it just make you mad when it too, and I can understand when brothers was sitting up there saying it. They gonna jump over, you know, the heathen to get to fucking 2/3 Jake for real. Like this bitch ass nigga would promote, and you know what I mean, this system so he can have something when you a slave in this shit for. Anyway, Salakia. So this guy, Paulio, Colio, Colio, you know, he made a quote, and the quote was, bear with me for a second. This is the quote. It says, fear again, if you want to control someone, all you have to do is make them feel afraid. Which these elites already know. That's why I brought out the, you know, social, like what I read from the get-go, because at the end of the day, they understand fear is a means of control. And this man understands it as well. So at the end of the day, it tells you in multiple scriptures that you shouldn't be afraid, because at the end of the day, your power is with you. I got a scripture for that. You know, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 41. But now thus saith the Lord Yahawah that created thee, O Jacob. And Jacob is these 12 tribes. Issachar, you know, so-called Mexicans. Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Judah, the so-called black people. You know what I mean? You know, going through all the respective tribes. But at the end of the day, Jacob is all of those 12 tribes. Hell, I even listened to Pastor Tahar recently talk about how, like, basically you really got 13 tribes because the tribe of Dan is gonna come back because he mingled, his spirit is mingled amongst it, and I can believe that. He said, "O Jacob, and ye Salaki, and he that formed thee, O Israel." So Yahweh who formed Israel and Jacob, because you got, you know, because Israel is another name for the northern kingdom. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. You have a power. You know what I mean? You not like these fucking heathens that worship vain things that the Most High set them up as stumbling blocks to. You know. Now, trust me, when we get the kingdom, everybody's going to worship the Most High. We're going to beat it into the laws, and statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? We're going to do everything righteously because, you know, the law is going to be in our inward parts. Because, you know, at the end of the day, this flesh is so weak, we can't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It wasn't the law that went off, it was these weak ass body. But it makes sense because the Lord is just so cold with everything. Like, once you get out of hell, they say you can only respect and appreciate heaven when you went through hell. Like, you ever seen a person that actually been, like, spoiled all their life? I deal with a demon like that. Bitch been spoiled all her life, and now she catching some hell, and she's starting to see, like, damn. But you know how much she revert back to the fact that she thinks she's somebody. I'm like, bitch, we've been homeless, we've been all this stuff, and you still think you somebody. Like, the fuck? And then, man, the whole story, that's a whole nother topic and video. You know what I'm saying? Like, so pride is a hell of a thing. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I say, trust and believe, you can only respect, you know, the kingdom once you've been through hell. That's why it tells you in the book of Acts, chapter 14 and 22, we will get the kingdom through much tribulation. Through much tribulation, we shall receive the kingdom. You're going to have to fucking work and fight for this. And you always respect something more when you had to work for it. I mean, I can't remember the name of the lesson, but the Apostle Tahar did that lesson. Elder Apostle Tahar did that lesson about, you know, he was talking about the Roman proverb about how weak men make hard times and strong men make good times, and that's the truth. And you see how it's balanced. A strong man make it good. Like, for instance, like he went into Jack Dempsey. Jack Dempsey grew up around the Depression. That was a hard ass time. But then look at what came out of all that. You know, people got to enjoy certain things. Now it's hard times coming again. But you got all these weak ass men. But you gonna have hard men come out of this thing. That's why I could believe that scripture in Isaiah 4 about 7 women clinging on to one man. Salakia, though. I wanted to show you something. This guy, though, is a fucking warlock. This guy, Paulo, whatever, however you pronounce his name. This guy, where is his picture? This guy's a warlock. I'm about to show you something. Bear with me. This is the Telegraph. Paulo Coelho. Some bullshit. Well, I was going to try and read the article, but they won't let you read it. But you see what he says. I presided over a few black masses in my time. Walking down the street from Polio. That's some demonic shit. Yeah, he powerful. You see how he just stopped that shit? I mean, like, I went and found the article, and then they won't let me read it because... But basically, this dude's a sorcerer. Like, Will Smith literally was so amped up about this guy's story, and then I came across something that said he was a Mason. You got people that refuted, oh, he's not a Mason, but you got, for you to really have anything over here, don't get me wrong, like, the Lord gives, he can make you poor, he can make you rich. He says in scriptures that it's nothing for the Lord to turn a poor man into a rich man, because the Lord can give you a dream about a number, and you can go play the lottery and hit the number. The Lord can be with you for one moment while you roll some dice or play some cards or pull a slot machine and win a windfall. The thing is, majority of the people that's successful for really in this place, that's businessmen like Donald Trump, like why wouldn't you think Donald Trump was raised like he basically probably was like literally like what's the word ushered into and groomed for the position to be the president to bring this bitch down. When he was younger, he looked so demonic. It's a interview that they do with him when he was young, and basically like you could tell like he was an arrogant piece of shit. He an arrogant piece of shit now. You know what I mean? Fuck that Edomite. Like I said, I could see that spirit that the Apostle Tahar speaks on about how he think he was one of them like ancient Roman rulers, like Nero or somebody. But basically, this man is a warlock. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I would have to go research it because I can't remember. Like I said, I've been through so much, but I had something that literally said he was a Mason, and it literally tells you right here, Paulo. I've presided over a few black masses, and anybody that's in the know, the black masses is all those dark sacrifices where they, um, you know, sacrifice women, children, whatever, to draw power from Shantan. So at the end of the day, like this is really happening, you know what I mean? But yet and still, this 5G, this coronavirus, all this is in the scripture. Scripture talk about pestilence. It talks about a new world order in Psalm 64, Psalms 83. You know what I mean? It talks about pestilences in multiple scriptures. It talks about basically everything that we're going through is in the scriptures. That's why it's called a living book. But at the end of the day, you're not supposed to fear because at the end of the day, it's a beautiful ending. That's why it's called the good news. They always want to call it the good news. It is good news, but not for everybody. It's good news for the Israelites. It's like, some other stuff for those that ain't Israelites. We drank of that cup, so you got to drink of it. 1 John chapter 4 verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear. And we have perfect love, those that's doing the will and the following the law, statutes, and commandments, that's doing the work of Yahawah by Hashem Yahushua. Those that's on the highways and byways, because pretty much everywhere in America you can't go on the highways and byways anymore. I mean, you got the apostles still going, like them special men, but like our city was really shut down. We was gonna take a chance, but now pretty much we just doing live streams and doing our videos. But that's still perfect love because we still doing the will and the work. We still doing our videos. We still do live streams. At the end of the day, it tells you basically quickly agree, roughly paraphrasing, quickly agree with our adversary. So the adversary said don't go out there. So they'd be stupid to be trying to, I've done dumb shit like that in the world. From being locked up to getting locked up because they tell me to do something that I know. It's like quickly agree with thine adversary. Or try to live peaceable with all men. It's going to come to a point where you ain't going to be able to live peaceable with this devil because this devil is turning into that dragon. When you go read the book of Revelations, when it talks about the lamb, but spoke as a dragon, it's about to come into these draconian days and laws when you're about to see this beast system really unveil itself. That's why they bring in these troops to enforce what they about to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's the 5G that's killing people, I don't know if it's the corona. I know this. Like, it was a guy that don't even know the truth. I tried to tell him the name. I knew he wasn't going to accept the name, but he believed in the scriptures. He even know that YAHAWAH and Most High, Yahweh are, men of color. We look like them, but he won't accept their name. And I knew it before I told him. But I asked him what was the mark of the beast. He didn't know. I showed him what the mark of the beast was through the spirit. Somebody put up a video when they showed China actually then took that chip getting scanned. I'm like, that's the mark of the beast. That's the spirit. He still won't accept the name. Point is, though, he say something that I believe too. I think we all have been exposed to this virus because at the end of the day, we get sprayed with chemtrails, and then they say this 5G system actually affects the body like a virus. So to kind of cover that up, which these devils are sneaky and devilish like that, they'll fucking say it's a virus. But like I said, me and certain people that, certain people being circumspect, you gotta think like, well, shit, hold up, a virus. Like it's Elder Malcolm made a video about this nurse. He called her nurse Clear Crystal, or something Clear Eyes or something like that. Long story short, she say, if that's the case, then everybody on the planet be dying from AIDS. If a virus could just sustain it, she said it dies at 80 degrees, and that's why they said that it was gonna die when it got hot. It ain't completely hot yet. You know what I'm saying? But this way that they set this shit up, this shit can go on for fucking a year, and these people are so fucking weak, they're not gonna stand up. This is the book of First John. I mean, come on, like I said, you got people in other countries, they putting the 5G up, they tearing them towers down. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take for people to watch their kids starving and dying for people to really stand up here. Because they are so fucking pacified. First John 4, verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us, because he died for us. He died to redeem the elect, and only the elect is going to do the will and the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I got another scripture. This is Romans 8 and 28. And we know that all things work together, even this 5G, this coronavirus, the trials and tribulations that we go through to do this work in his will. All these things work. And we know that all these things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are called, Salaki, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So you see how that's reworded? The called, meaning the elect. Because you can be called and say, many are called, but few are chosen. The elect is going to do it regardless. Even they're going to do like a Jeremiah, how Jeremiah got mad. He was like, I'm never going to say his name again. And then it was like a fire in his mouth and the belly. He couldn't stop. He couldn't help himself. He had to say, because the Most High going to put that spirit on you. And I understand that when Apostle Tahar was saying that, he was like, the Most High going to make you do this. It's like when Jonah tried to run, but then he realized, like, I can't run. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the spirit. I got one more, well, I got two more scriptures. The book of Psalms, chapter 18. Verse 2. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. It tells you in the book of Proverbs 18, I believe, that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Proverbs 18 and 10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous runneth into it and is safe. At the end of the day, when these bad things start to happen, when Jacob's trouble in Jeremiah chapter 30, when all these, because you about to start, you ain't even really in birth pains yet. You in the beginning of it. At the end of the day, fuck a gun, fuck your food, none of that's going to save you. All that's carnal shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like the Lord can, man, Lord cold, man. Like I've seen some stuff in my time, and I've listened to the elders speak on it. Like, just imagine what all they saying. That's not gonna save you. You gotta have something to be grounded in besides what you can see. Do you know what the brother always bring up Nightmare Hall? He talking about they got 7-foot croc. No, Salaki. He said 7-foot grasshoppers, and then the brothers joke because they like, well, shit, grasshopper is lawful to eat. You go eat that motherfucker. But the motherfucker might try and whoop your ass. You ever say the grass? We used to put grasshoppers around praying, like a praying mantis. We call it a praying mantis, and we had it fighting a grasshopper, and it would tear the motherfuckers' heads off like it was like really kung fu type shit. So at the end, they like, I mean, like 7 foot grasshopper. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I do know Esau does experiment. It tells you in the book of Ezekiel that he's wiser than Daniel. This man, like, say, come on, look at this 5G shit he coming up with. So I'm gonna end it on this scripture though, the book of Psalms, chapter 91, because at the end of the day, the righteous is gonna run up to his name, and he's gonna protect the righteous. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. That secret place is these scripts. By being, I mean, like to show you how cold the Most High is. Right now, He's giving you time to come back to Him. People could be evicted looking stupid. America don't give a fuck. Other countries is up there like, we gonna pay your rent, your gas, your electric, all that. We gonna give you a check, all that. America say we gonna give you $1,200. You got to do what you got to do to track your ass, because that's why they had you do the sentence. So where the fuck you at when you pick up that check, that's where they expecting your ass to be at when they come get you. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. He shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And that's like him covering you in that chariot, brother. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He should deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. It's a pestilence going on right now, the corona. And like I said, I never said it wasn't real. I said that they're hyping up the numbers. And a lot of brothers agree with that. Some people are dying, but it's not like they making it seem like, come on, I done seen the footage. Brothers that stand in York like, shit, hold up. How the fuck is y'all talking about people dying left and right, but then yet and still though, people motherfucking still making videos and whatnot. So some crazy stuff about to happen because people trying to pull up into the driveway and all this. So I'm about to end the video. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Call hello, Allah, YAHAWAH, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, told me the truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwaf and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, it was an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. Lord willing, I'm able to come with another video. Don't lose faith, Akim, because we too nearer to our salvation. Shalom, shalom, and a bob ball.